Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here, we're in nature, baby. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana. Snapchat questions. Someone asked, how can I deal with a jealous mate? They're really insecure. They're so insecure. And it's so annoying. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Yeah. Okay, let's dive into it. What happens when we're in a relationship and the other person is really insecure, or maybe we are? Have you ever been in a relationship and gone outside of the house and your partner's like, where are you going? And you're like, to go and see Ralph, to breathe in that good ass prana. Actually, to go and see the cat down the road. How about that? No, stay in the house. Look, let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. I'm going to go through 10 breakthrough solutions. Let's start with the first one. You've got to show people the real you. And if they can't deal with it, too bad. You don't have to change for anybody. If people can't accept you for who you are, what makes you think they'll accept you for who you're not? Slow motion that side. That's what's helped me along my journey. You see, I've been in many different relationships, and a lot of the times when it comes to insecurities, we often want to start changing for people, act squeaky clean and perfect. No. The best way to deal with insecurities in relationships, even jealousy and whatnot, is to show people the real you. And if they can't accept you for who you are, then you shouldn't be in that relationship, point blank, period, plain and simple. Now, we don't want to accept certain things in certain people. We don't want to see that. Okay, I make a lot of videos. I'm always connecting and sharing. And your partner, your relationship mate has to be happy for who you are. If they're not, then you can change, but you got to ask yourself, is that me? So you got to respect yourself enough to be with someone who accepts you 100% for who you are, whatever you do. Now, let's talk about another breakthrough solution. You see, if you go and buy a car that's new, no car is new. Every car was tested before you got it. No computer is new. It was tested. They tested it for like 20 hours. And when it's not working, you say, hey, you didn't test it properly, right? Same thing as relationships. Everybody has a history you know nothing about. I know nothing. That's right. Do you know how many people have gone through before they got to you? And now you got to deal with all of that crap. How nice. So what helped me along my journey was to realize that, look, it's okay to have conversations and disagreements and fall out. That's perfectly natural. And it is healthy to be insecure. It is wonderful to be insecure because it actually shows you are human. It shows that you care. But you see, in dealing with an insecure partner, maybe someone who's jealous, envious, you got to realize that you aren't their problem. You see, their problem was created long before you. You are just seeing the culmination of that. Slow motion that side, please. So that's where you have to have discernment, which is the ability to judge well, to say, okay, I get it. They are jealous. They are insecure. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Maybe it's from their past. But since we're in the present right now, I'm going to start showing, communicating. That's the solution. We're going to start expressing some of our history to each other so we get a better understanding, understanding, and overstanding of each other to help each other become our greatest versions. How simple was that? Like, we just started expressing and being vulnerable and opening up like, yeah, I'm really insecure. The last person left me for the cat down the road, for goodness sakes. Goodness gracious, what happened? Let's talk about number 3. Now, 7-day vegan challenge. What's helped me in relationships, past relationships, growing up, being around different people? Look, if you want to create a more intimate bond with someone, do you know how to do it? Food. That's right. Food and love go together. Oh yes, they do. So you got to realize this. Start setting aside time to eat together. You see, most people don't eat together. The greatest conversations happen on the dinner table, baby. Can I get a hello? There. Look, when you are eating brown rice, avocados, kale, watermelon, papaya, whatever you're eating, mangoes, you're in a good mood. You're going to start, oh, I'm really in love with this food. Oh, I'm really in love with you. You get more confident. You see, a lot of our insecurities emanate from a lack of confidence. The confidence comes from separation. The lack of confidence comes from a separation. The confidence grows from a bonding, a unity. That's why if you're in a relationship and you spend a lot of time in nature, maybe you go skinny dipping, then chances are you're going to be really secure. The most attractive thing in any relationship is a secure partner, a confident partner. Like, hey, go and talk to whoever you want, okay? That is perfectly natural. It's healthy, for goodness sakes, okay? And that comes through food. You get confident, you create more intimacy, a greater bond by stuffing a whole load of strawberries in your mouth. Together, hello? What's the 4th breakthrough solution of dealing with someone who's very insecure, maybe even jealous? Now, I talked about how a lot of us, we bring old energies into new relationships. You're looking for that fairy tale romance, right? Prince Charming, maybe, right? Yeah, I think so. No, they're only frogs. You're looking for that perfect princess, right? Yeah, no. You are dealing with history here. And that's beautiful because in every relationship, we are growing, we are evolving, we're learning more about ourselves, but also we are becoming more refined. We are becoming more of our greatest version. Meaning, we are a better version after every single relationship. I've learned some hard lessons in relationships. I've learned that, okay, I've got to start giving people the attention they need because a lot of my earlier days, I was just working all the time. I said, I got no time for you, this, that. And that's what happens in relationships. A lot of us, we're so selfish, not selfish, we're just so focused that we are the only focus. And relationships are like plants. You got to cultivate them, you got to water them, and then they grow to be so huge. Okay? So everyone has a history. That's healthy. It's normal. It's natural. Now, we got to start showing compassion for people's history. Oh, I get it. That's why you're so insecure. Now, both people in relationships, they develop more appreciation for each other because, once again, they are now stepping into that compassionate role to say, okay, maybe that's why you're always like checking my phone, grabbing my phone out of my hand to see where I've been. Look, a lot of people have been cheated on in past relationships. They've come home and then they've seen the computer. Someone forgot to turn it off. Thousands of messages. Okay, you're like, who's that? Don't worry about it. Okay, look, compassion. That person might in turn say, well, I've always been very insecure due to someone leaving me. I don't feel I can trust anybody. Look, in relationships, we don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. And therefore, as we change, the types of people we meet also changes. Okay, so you got to look at it like this. Every relationship we enter is a choice. We have to now choose where this relationship is going. But compassion for someone's history will create a stronger bond and it will help both parties deal with their insecurities. You see, because insecurities is like a domino effect. If someone is really insecure, like, I don't trust you, then you become really insecure, okay? Because you're like, I don't trust you either, right? So when you start to trust yourself, the other person also begins to trust you, and vice versa. We are out here, it's so windy in nature, but we're still rocking it. Let's talk about the fifth breakthrough solution. You see, in relationships, many of us, we think we own people. How can we own someone? Like, did we buy them in a shop? I have no idea, but you have got in your mind, like, this person is mine. You see, a lot of relationships break down because people feel they possess other people. So what's helped me along my journey is to say, I do not own anybody in a relationship. And that has helped me even deal with my own insecurity. Just like people saying, I own land. Like, how can you own land? It was here before you. Slow motion that side. Okay, so you have to realize you don't own anybody. Everybody that is in a relationship with you, going on to number 6, is offering themselves to you. You should be honored to be in their presence, just like they should be honored to be in yours. So you both develop mutual appreciation for each other, and then you just go and sing a sweet song and dance off into the horizon. Does it go like that a lot of the times? I don't know what happens to you guys, okay? Now, people are offering themselves to you. You don't own them. That's what will help you deal with insecurities. Many times, we take people for granted because we think we own them. We think that's what they're supposed to be doing. Even if you get married, it doesn't mean they're yours, because we don't own anybody. They are choosing to be around you. So you got to honor that person by saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Number 7, breakthrough solution, how to deal with an insecure mate. Appreciate them. Take them out, travel with them, not just through words, say, oh, you're so beautiful, this. Show them. Like, show them by how you treat them. Show them by what you're willing to do for them, but also show them how they've helped you along your journey. Okay, you see, when you appreciate people, people will always do better than expected. They'll always do better than expected. You see, what happens in insecure relationships and relationships filled with jealousy is that people always focus on what isn't working. So I tell you, focus on what is working. That's what's helped me along my journey. My relationships in the past, I never argued. Like, if I was arguing, it was always solution orientated. Some people, they just focus and nitpick at people, say, you did this. They point the finger. But you see, when you point a finger, you got a lot of other fingers pointing back at you. Okay, so it's about not pointing fingers. It's about working together to say, okay, none of us are perfect. We've both got flaws, imperfections, but we'll live to see another day. Like, these days in relationships, people can't even handle a little argument. They just say, it's over. Huh? Appreciation. Focus on the best of people, and the universe will show you more of that within them. Okay? Appreciation is the key to dealing with insecurities. Buy them some flowers, for goodness sakes, or some vegan chocolates. Let's talk about number 8 is honesty. Look, honesty will help you with your insecurities, because you got to be honest and say, I'm very vulnerable. Okay, I'm a really insecure person. If you can do that, then the person is going to warm up to you even more. They're going to open up to you even more. Many people who are insecure, sometimes they're jealous. Sometimes they don't admit it though. They just say, stop doing that. I don't like that. But they don't tell you why. So if you are a very insecure person, I challenge you today to tell your partner to say, I'm really insecure. I'm being honest right now, and it's got nothing to do with you, but it's got to do with my past and you are amplifying my insecurity. I don't like it. Let's work together with it. And now your partner is going to have more empathy, more compassion, and the relationship is going to taste a whole lot sweeter. Not everyone's a mind reader, okay? People don't know until you open up, until you're vulnerable, and that's how the relationship evolves. Now, let's talk about number 9, how to deal with an insecure partner. What's helped me along my journey is to realize everybody is work in progress. I'm not perfect at all. Sometimes I'm a very positive person most times, but when it comes to relationships, I realize that a lot of unresolved issues come up in every single person's relationship. That's why relationships are fantastic mirrors. Every relationship is reflecting back to us our brightest light or our darkest shadow. So everybody in a relationship is practically your teacher, therefore showing you more about unresolved issues. A lot of people say, Ralph, I just want the perfect relationship. That doesn't exist, because relationships they were created for your evolution. That means if you're in a relationship, you're going to start learning more about yourself really quickly. I was in a relationship for a few years. I learned more about myself than in my entire life, because someone is holding up a mirror. So they are forcing you to look at your unresolved issues. Okay, you can think, gosh, I'm so kind and considerate all the time. And then you can get into a relationship and then become moody all of a sudden. You see, it's easy to be like that when you're by yourself. When you're with another person, you are with a whole nother universe, and they're going to start showing you, highlighting unresolved issues within yourself. So in dealing with insecurities, jealousy, use that as an opportunity to start looking at your own unresolved issues. Okay? And also, if we go on to number 10, a breakthrough solution, if you are an insecure person in relationships, or maybe it's the other way around, someone else is. Maybe you can do something that won't make them more insecure. What is that? You can remind them every single day to trust themselves more. You see, trust is why a lot of us aren't insecure. We don't trust ourselves. We don't trust ourselves because we're not sure of ourselves, because we're not in our true life purpose. So let's say my partner is really insecure. What can I tell her that can make her less insecure? I can tell her, I can encourage her to live more of her dream so she can trust herself, so she can become more confident, more secure. And therefore she'll be so busy living her dream that she will fill her own cup. Self-love is the key to dealing with insecurities. And it's not easy to do it all, but it starts from within. So once again, if you are around someone who's very insecure and you really want to keep the relationship together, you can say, okay, I'm going to take in mind you are very insecure. I'm not going to amplify your insecurities on purpose, but I'm still going to be who I am. But at the same time, I want you to live your dream every single day. Because you see, you find the one you love doing what you love. The most confident people in relationships are the people who are doing things. They're the movers and the shakers. Abundance surrounds them. Okay, they're not just hanging on to one person for dear life. No. They are realizing that this person is so amazing, but they're so also focused on their purpose that they don't put all that pressure on one person. Many of us are insecure in relationships. We're jealous, we're envious. We say, don't look at that person, because we feel that's all we have. You see, if you only feel you've only got one apple left in the basket, oh my goodness, you're going to go like, oh my gosh, it's the only one left. If you're doing other things, If you are finding confidence by coming into nature, going for a run, feeling better about yourself, you realize that, okay, I can take the pressure off my partner. And now the relationship, there's no resistance. Resistance makes stronger. If you say, don't look at that person, don't look at that person, they're going to do it anyway. And people are already doing it before you even opened your mouth. Goodness gracious. So it starts by trusting yourself. Trust is the key to dealing with insecurities. But once again, if you are insecure, it is perfectly natural. I get insecure a lot of the times. And it's healthy. But just realize there are unresolved issues that need to be addressed. There's a lot of work. And you have to always realize that you don't own anybody. Anybody that you are with is a gift, and they are offering themselves to you. So you have to respect that, because they don't have to do it. So there you have it, baby. Woo! It feels so good to be alive. We're out here having fun. Have a beautiful day. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace.